Since you faceless internet strangers seem to rather like that Adam the Woo video, and I admit, taking a peek into the minds of these vlogger type YouTubers was kinda morbidly amusing to me also. Thus I venture forth once more into the overcrowded, overfished cesspool of YouTube vloggers. Let's hook a stale theme park churro and cast it in its murky waters. And look, we already have a bite. We've caught a carpetbagger. Now begins our second journey into the chaotically fragmented inner workings of another vlogger extraordinaire, Jacob the Carpetbagger.
Cameo! As of right now, I have no health insurance.
Oh, how is it?
Good. Autism.
You're a loser.
They're scum. They're garbage.
Is it strange?
He was actually the first vlogger I stumbled upon from the infamous Wooverse. Personally, I think he is the one vlogger that comes closest to Adam's, how do I say, je ne sais quoi. Which makes sense since Jacob has stated several times Adam was his inspiration to pick up the YouTube grift. He's not a carbon copy of the Woo exactly. I think that disreputable title of Mini Woo would most likely be held by Tampa J. But I think Jacob has somewhat done the same route as Adam with some extra steps and is slowly descending down the same path of utter madness and burning out on repeating content. That said, while the Woo has a stable dose of moronic sweet nothings pumping through all his vids, Jacob hits you with some serious crash outs here and there, which are rough to watch. I don't want to keep comparing Jacob to Adam, but I will give him this. He puts more effort in his content than Adam the Woo. I know it ain't much, but it's something. Also, out of all the content creators in this theme park slash travel slash whatever circle jerk, I think the Carpetbagger was one of the select few that actually had a deep interest in what he does and genuinely did it as an enjoyable hobby, unlike other vloggers who clearly started out with already having grand delusions of fame, money and getting high on their own farts. If we go back to the start of the Carpetbagger's online presence, before any YouTube shenanigans, we end up on a little blog site called thecarpetbagger.org. This relic of a bygone era, when the internet was a simple place, is a prime example of Jacob's genuine passion for roadside attractions and eccentric parts of old Americana, showing pictures backed with plenty of written information in a diary type style. Pretty wholesome all in all. Of course, it won't stay wholesome, otherwise I wouldn't be here making this video. Around 2013, Jacob started his YouTube channel. He still updated his blog for a few years, but the usual posts with a range of pictures and backstories were exchanged for embedded links to YouTube videos. In 2016, he would eventually completely abandon the blog. His channel was going pretty smooth and served as a fun hobby for Jacob, but this wouldn't last as the internet, well, is the internet, and making content on YouTube, showing your face and talking openly about your personal life puts a big red target on your back for the many mentally unstable dwellers of the web. Apparently, some less favorable viewers of Jacob ended up harassing his workplace, forcing him to either quit YouTube or quit his job. Obviously, he chose the latter. People have questioned the validity of this for several reasons, but in the end it's all hearsay. True or not, the Carpetbagger was a full-time YouTuber from that point and the pressure was on. Gone was the chill side gig. Now that YouTube was his boss, he had to grind out content to keep his viewer count up and his wallet fat. To continuously please the ever-hungry algorithm, he started to fluff out his content more. Aside from the usual travel content, he added more talking videos where he discussed personal issues and live streams where he does whatever this is. There was a lot more Carpetbagger content now, which made it a lot easier to see through the cracks of his online persona and definitely highlighted his more annoying and awkward mannerisms. From minor goofy crap like his habit of shoveling greasy food down his pie hole like a garbage truck emptying a trash bin, to being completely socially unaware as he partakes in activities meant for children.
You know who this fucking is?
No, I don't. Can you please tell me who is this?
This is fucking Jacob.
I know a lot of Jacobs. Which Jacob?
You fucking know who I am.
The Carpetbagger?
Yeah, it's a fucking Carpetbagger, you piece of shit. You hang up again, you fucking pussy?
Rather awkward and certainly enough to put you off from your dinner tonight, most people would find it cringy at best. What really seems to get viewers' panties in a twist are his grifting live streams, which offer little content aside of looking at his rather globular face staring at a screen fishing for super chats.
Buy my pen. Buy my pen. Buy my pen.
Yet if you decide to become a wage slave to a company that legally has zero incentive to actually treat you with respect, a little, well, a lot of grifting is to be expected. It's the name of the game for many of these vloggers. Lately, the biggest criticisms seem to be aimed at his current relationship with his girlfriend, Jenny, a former fan turned lover.
For anyone who didn't know, I'm in the process of finalizing a divorce with my ex, Christy, and I am dating my new girlfriend, Jen. Is it strange?
Aesthetically speaking, they're two peas in a pod, but many viewers have noted he uses her as a personal assistant, having her watch his house as he's off gallivanting about for his videos and making her race after him whenever he forgets or screws up something on his road trips. This stirring pot of criticism reached its boiling point when Jacob left her alone to watch his house during a dangerous storm with flooding, followed by him refusing to pass a road trip when she got into a car accident.
A lot of people were saying that Jacob should have come immediately home after my accident, and I mean, I see it both ways. I can see why people would think that for sure. Like when Jacob had his accident, I ran out to see him, and yeah, it's a strange dynamic.
As bad as this already sounds, this lady isn't exactly a vision of good health. So making her crisscross the country after him or leaving her alone to fend for herself during a flood or car crash, I don't know. What's her life insurance situation, Jacob? Just asking questions here. Anyway, relationship drama is too sappy for me. There's also some stuff and random gossip about him and his ex-wife, but I'm not directing an episode of The Bold and the Beautiful here, or should I say The Bald and the Gluttonous. No, the true entertainment lies in the Carpetbagger's response to these criticisms. If there is one common trait among these vloggers, it's that they really, really, really hate any type of criticism. You might as well take a big steamy dump on their Mickey waffle. Now, while Jacob's compadre Adam the Woo responds to criticisms with coma-inducing walk-in talks and being a sassy bitch in the comment section, the Carpetbagger definitely has him beat in the entertainment factor when he has a crash out. It usually goes down in two ways. One being an awkward, low-key, depressing, overly dramatic sit-and-talk video in his car or some dreary hotel room where he blames all of life's problems on him having autism.
I'm letting you know, I have ASD, which is autism spectrum disorder. So yes, I'm autistic.
Scaring some kids out of a ball pit, autism. Abandoning Jen during a hurricane, autism. Shitting his pants after eating a deep fried tub of lard at the local fair, you guessed it,
autism.
Now the second option is where the party really starts. Bro usually knocks back a few before having the luminous idea of doing a live stream, resulting in the most delightful drunk rants, often with a generous amount of copium.
It's hard having a bunch of people saying you're not a good person. I just wanted to say, you're a loser. Vic Bizzle says, crazy she ran to your side when you lost your phone. Here you are, actually live. Okay, let's talk about that, Big Bizzle. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Tell me what you mean. We're all friends here. We can talk it through. We can talk it out. Cave tonight, fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone. Breathalyzer incoming. I'm not driving. They're pathetic. They're scum. They're garbage. The human sucking garbage. Did I say human? I meant subhuman. Klersky says, so they're whatever you say you, they're what they say you are, like they're gaslighting you. I don't understand the question.
Adding the super chats is a stroke of genius though. The Carpetbagger managed to successfully monetize his crippling alcohol addiction. Hats off to you, good sir. I know I'm highlighting mainly the bad here, and let's be honest, that's why you're here, but to be fair, his content isn't horrible. He came from a place of passion, and his love for roadside attractions, cryptids and all the history and lore around it was endearing. But like many YouTubers going full-time, usually with no backup plan, he's gotten beaten down by the grind. You can only visit so many roadside attractions, which are dying out, quirky locations or fairs in the country, if you have to keep spewing out a continuous stream of content vomit to earn the fickle favor of the algorithm before you end up repeating the same content. And your mind and body start to suffer under the stress and constant crisscrossing the country, sleeping in a different bed every night. At one point in Carpetbagger lore, Jacob even had this bizarre phase where he tried to brand himself as an amateur wrestler.
Matter of fact, I want you in my ring right now anyway. Take him out.
And that went, well, as good as you would imagine. But at least it didn't involve a broom handle or blowing his money visiting countries he hates. Still, it was a moment. Putting aside the good, the bad, and the autistic, the Carpetbagger suffers the fate of many of these full-time YouTubers, lacking any quality content to churn out to endlessly feed the online beast, while suffering a creative and motivational burnout as they buckle under the critical gaze of the faceless masses and spiral down to one of the lower circles of internet hell, the status of lolcow. Luckily for Jacob the Carpetbagger and other content creators in this particular vloggersphere, there is one place that they can always return to for a never-ending source of content slop to feed the masses. The final home and resting place for many of these vloggers, their golden cage, so to say, where their edges are filed down and they become the gears in a great big marketing machine piloted by a particularly greedy mouse.
Sausage on a stick, and I asked the gentleman working behind the barbecue counter if I could have a cup of barbecue sauce. They always would give a cup of barbecue sauce, and he said, I'm sorry, we don't do that anymore.